You're listening to Exploring Anime with Friends, a JMO for Real podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all major podcasting networks. I'm your host, JMO! And today's friend is my wife and co-host. How's it going today, Sarah?
Hi, everyone. It's going great today.
Excellent. Are you all ready for today's episode of Exploring Anime with Friends Movie Edition?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Today we'll be diving into the world of Chainsaw Man Reze Arc, a supernatural horror comedy released in October of 2025. First, we will lay the setting and go into some of what the background is that leads up to the beginning point of this movie. After that, we will meet some of our main characters and go into the opening scenes as Denji finally gets his date with Makima. Then we will meet our antagonists of the series. And we're not just going to quite say who that is at this current point in time, but you better believe it, the Typhoon Demon will make an appearance. And after that, we will go into some of the conflicts and the clashes as all of our characters collide with each other in a grand spectacle that only the Chainsaw Man franchise can offer.
That was well worded.
And remember, if you like what you're hearing today, check us out on social media. Like, subscribe, and follow. Click that button right there. I mean, it's somewhere there. Yes, right there. All right. A little bit of background leading into it. So do you want to talk a little about it? Do you want me to go into it? Who's covering the background here? I feel like I normally do, but I feel like you have a special spot in your heart, Denji, or at least Puchita, right?
Puchita best boy or girl, Puchita boy, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's Puchita's demon, right?
Chainsaw demon.
Okay,
But
yeah.
Puchita best, either way.
All right. Tell us a little bit about how Denji and Puchita met and how they came together.
Came together. That was a very particular choice of words there. So, a long time ago, Denji inherited something crazy, unfortunately for him. He inherited his parents' overwhelming debt to the mob.
Yeah.
He's a kid. He can't earn money normal ways. Comes across this oddly adorable dog thing. In this world, the demons manifest themselves as people's fears, and the more something's feared, the stronger it is. And someone somewhere, understandably, is afraid of chainsaws.
Yeah.
So, Chainsaw Demon appears. It's this cute little puppy thing with like a chainsaw for a nose, and he helps it. And it in turn helps him kill demons. And that's how he starts paying the mob back. He's killing demons, he gets paid for it, all but like 2 cents of the money basically goes to the mob. So he is surviving on like literally bread and water, pretty much. Him and his cute little Puchita.
He's surviving on scraps that are thrown away.
Yeah, he's not getting much.
And that basically leads to a fateful day where the mob says, that's enough. We're going to go with someone more powerful than you. And it leads to what becomes a near-death experience that fuses Denji and Puchita together. And at the end of the day, now Denji himself is one of the things that he was hunting. Makima shows up on the scene with some other agents, and they are basically the government-funded demon hunters. And she's like, you're either going to work for me like a good little dog, or you are going to die like the demon you are.
Yeah, great choices.
And that leads to all the antics that go on in the first season, because Denji joins up, and Makima just kind of is manipulating him over and over again. But before we go too much into that, you pointed out the important part of the mythos in the series already, and that is these demons manifest based off of the fear that people have in them. So the more fear that's in it, the more powerful they are. So, and that is really the important part of the mythos of why we're going into the first season. That, and also to show a little bit about the personality of Denji, because Makima basically uses the fact that Denji has a crush on her in order to get him to do everything. And Denji's whole thing is like, I am doing this for the good life. I'm doing this for jam on toast.
Oh my gosh, jam on toast.
And to someday be Miss Makima's boyfriend.
Yep.
Because she has told him that if he defeats the Gun Devil, then she will grant him any wish. And at the beginning of the Reze Arc movie, throughout the whole first season, it's slightly different what he wants. Yes, this is a mature series.
It is.
But at the beginning of the Reze Arc, he comes to the conclusion that he just wants Miss Makima to be his girlfriend. And that's going to be the thing that he wishes for.
Adorable, too.
Yeah, and that lays the groundwork. It starts off very strange because she offers to take him out on a date at the beginning of the first episode, at the beginning of the movie. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so our supernatural horror comedy is turning into a romance for the first
supernatural romance horror
10
comedy?
minutes. Like,
we were at a movie watching movies.
And it shows some very important character development with Denji, and it also shows some very important of what Makima really kind of is, because at this point in time, I don't feel like I'm spoiling anything by saying she has to be some sort of demon herself.
She has to be.
Like, there's no way. Like
look at her
you
eyes.
can watch that first season. There's no way you can look at her. Those aren't contracted powers that are being used. She is the source of what it is. So we're just going to leave it at that right now, because this isn't really about Denji and Makima, despite the fact that the opening scene of the movie is. It lays the groundwork for how similar they are, though, because all the popular films that they go to watch together do nothing for them, but the one like indie film that they go to see together, the one weird one brings both of them to tears and gives them a moment of connection. Is there anything else you want to say about Denji before we move past this opening scene with Makima?
I mean, Denji's pretty great. He's very simple-minded and what he really wants, but he's very focused on those things. He's like, I've got a roof over my head, I've got jam for my toast, and there's a pretty girl that I think she likes me. That's all he wants. That's all he wants in life. And I appreciate that about them.
Well, another thing, too, he's pointing out to someone that he meets in the movie pretty early on. It's like, life is actually pretty good. He is starting to get along with his two roommates that they started with complicated relationships with. Do you want to talk a little bit about the complicated relationships with Power and Aki?
I mean,
Power doesn't really play a role in the movie, but Aki plays a sub role in the movie.
So it's just they're three very, very different people. Aki's pretty simple. He's very much this is my apartment. I need you to keep it clean. I need you to keep the voice down. And Denji's not that quiet of a person, and Power is both loud and messy. So you have those conflicts just immediately right there, and Aki's just like, how did I get stuck with these guys? And Denji and Power just constantly going at it in a very physical, like, they're like taking each other on.
Brother-sister sort of way.
Yeah, but they're demons.
Like violent brother-sister sort of way.
Yeah, it's a different level. And Aki's just kind of stuck in the middle, like, playing housekeeper with them.
And before the dates with Makima even start, it starts with all three of them waking up from partying all night together.
Oh, yeah, it's place is trapped.
Powers definitely look different, and she gives Denji a punch, and you realize that Power is not going to be in this movie because she's the blood demon. She has to be drained of some of the blood in order to go back to functioning normal and being able to work as a teammate. So she's taken out right at the beginning. I'm kind of like, oh my goodness, how are they going to do this movie without Power? And then enter Beam. Oh my goodness.
I love Beam.
Tell us a little about Beam.
Beam is my favorite shark ever. He's a fiend, right?
He is a fiend, correct. He is the shark fiend.
And he just absolutely loves Lord Chainsaw. That's what he calls Denji.
Lord Chainsaw.
He does not call him Denji. He just calls him Lord Chainsaw the whole way. And he is, I don't know. I don't remember if they gave a reason. Is it because their heads are shaped similar? Like,
yeah, heads shaped kind of similar, teeth kind of similar, personalities upbeat and outgoing.
And he will do anything. And it's like Makima actually says this, like, he doesn't usually get along with others, but he said he'll listen to whatever you say.
Yeah, because Denji is the one that Beam looks up to. Quick difference between demon and fiend.
Yes, please.
Fiends have taken over a human body and have taken control of it, and they are more human overall in appearance. That's the only difference. So Beam is just following around. Beam is best boy throughout the course of this movie. Very useful, too. At times, like, a little slow because Denji finds himself in a very dangerous position at one point in time, almost defeated. As a matter of fact, one point in time dead, but they use blood in order to bring him back. Beam just plays a very huge role and adds a lot of hilarity and antics and funny. Frankly, awesomeness to the final battle of the movie. But, it's totally wonderful. Meanwhile, Aki's on his side missions trying to figure out what's going on, and he has been paired with the Angel Demon. Talk to us a little bit about that odd couple.
That is definitely an odd couple. The big thing about Aki is that he's made deals with the future demon and stuff, and he knows that his lifespan is significantly shorter. He's only got, what was it?
I think by the end of the movie, we're calculating, spoiler alert, 4 months left to live.
Something like that.
It could be 10, but I think it's 4.
Yeah, so he's kind of dreading that. Of course, we're human. But the angel fiend is like, huh, kind of wish I could just go right now. And just that right there kind of like threw me off. I was like, whoa, really? That's kind of crazy. But that's because we are human and finite, and they're not really human and can keep coming back. So that whole thing, and there was a point where Makima's like, you don't have to be friends with him, but use him to get you further to Aki. And Aki comes to a point in this whole venture where he's like, I don't even know if I can pretend to be friends with this guy to use him, just because of the way that he treats other things. I don't know if you want me to jump into that one scene with the...
No, because really they're kind of, though they play a role that interconnects with Denji's arc, they kind of play a very minor side role.
Yeah.
I think it was more there for character development on Aki.
Yeah, I think so too.
And also to show the Angel Fiend, the Violence Fiend, and the Shark Fiend were all intricate parts of the final battle of the first season. So it also was to give more character development to those three, because the Violence Fiend shows up towards the end and plays his role in the final battle. But Aki plays a role in getting to the final battle. But before we start talking about that, remember, if you like what you're hearing today, to watch this movie for yourself. Currently, right now, as of the point in time that we're recording, it is in the theaters. But if you're listening to this a few months from now, it will be on Crunchyroll. So we saw it in the theaters, and man, it was excellent. If you have that opportunity, it was a great experience. The best anime experience in the theaters this year, as far as I'm concerned. If you know, you know. So if you like what you're hearing today, remember to check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. So the big antagonist looks like it's the Typhoon Demon. And the Typhoon Demon has basically said that I'm going to bestow my power to you. And this is a random serial killer.
Disgusting, creepy serial killer.
Oh, yeah, no. This is a...
Absolutely. Like, this almost like...
very mature film.
This I didn't want to watch for a second. I didn't want to hear for a second. Yeah.
We're not going to go into what this guy has done, but he breaks everyone that he kills to the point. He's not a serial killer. He's a mercenary. Wow.
Well,
he's got the psychopath.
Fits.
He's got the psychopath personality.
He really does.
He breaks the person to the point where they ask to be killed by him.
Yeah.
By doing horrible, unspeakable things to the people that they care about. And you really believe that this is going to be a character that is going to be the one that's hunting Denji, that's going to be threatening horrible things to Makima, Aki, except for the fact those of us who have watched the series, and this is where I think having some of the context of the first season helps a little. So it's a very easy 12-episode watch. If you can, go for it before you do it. But at the same time, the movie does stand alone pretty well. You definitely saw another villain coming before the point in time when she was revealed, because Denji meets another girl.
I was so upset for him.
Talk to us about Reze.
I was so upset for him. So I didn't have my hopes and dreams put on this particular character, but Denji deserves a break.
Yeah, he does.
So one time when it's just suddenly starts raining as he's like doing his normal walk through the town, it starts raining hard. And he jumps inside a telephone booth. So for anyone young that doesn't know what a telephone booth is, it's a booth that has a telephone in it. You can call people. I love all you young people. I really do. So he jumps inside a telephone booth, and it's just like raining crazy. And someone else jumps in the booth with him. It's a girl.
A cute girl.
And her name is Reze. And for a second, he's just kind of like, why are you in here with me? Like, he kind of gives her like the side eye. And they just share a moment because she starts crying. And she says that he looks like her dog.
Her old dog that passed away.
So he's just like, what? I mean, and once the rain stops after that, they just kind of like share a little bit of a moment together.
Yeah, he spits up a flower that he ate earlier and he gives it to her.
Oh my gosh. That
and she's thinking it's like a magic trick. And it's like, nope. It's just being able to regurgitate that which she already ate.
Yep. So yeah, he gives her a flower and she says, hey, I work at this cafe up the road called like Crossroads or something like that. I don't remember what's called.
Crossroads, Crosswinds. I think it's Crosswinds.
Cross something. Swin sounds right. Let's go with that. Crosswinds. And, stop by sometime and I'll repay you. And he does. He stops by sometime. She gives him a cup of coffee and he hates it, but he keeps drinking it. And it's
because he doesn't waste. He doesn't waste anything.
No. Well, growing up like Denji did, you didn't waste anything. But yeah, he shows up again. and again and again. And I'm like,
and she's like, the food isn't that good. And she just keeps on getting closer because she's studying and everything. And she's like, I don't think it's right that a 16-year-old boy has to be working for the government. And Denji's kind of like, well, they give me 3 squares meals a day and they give me a futon to sleep on at night. And she's like, that's the bare minimum for living in Japan.
Yeah.
You should be in school like me, and we should be learning together. And then she invites him, and she's like, would you like to see my school after hours?
Ooh.
Tell us a little bit about that blossoming romance.
It's really cute. It really just is. They go to the school when it's dark, and she's like, oh man, don't you think it's creepy? And he's like, nah, it's not creepy. She's like, well, I think it's creepy. Can I hold your hand? I'm like, oh, lady is smooth. For Denji. Anyone else would have, like, seen through it. But, like, suddenly they're walking with their hands together, and she's all, like, skipping down the hall, kind of. And she's just walking. It was too cute to be true.
Yeah, and you already saw the twitch in the eyes. You already saw various different things. There were signs.
Flags.
You could see it coming, but, you know, the big spoiler is she is the bomb devil.
She is the bomb devil, who's good friends with the gun devil.
Yeah, and at a certain point in time, the killer shows up, and he's going to hunt her to get at Denji.
Because he doesn't know she's the bomb devil.
And she chokes him out.
Oh, man. It wasn't a competition. She doesn't even have to use any, like, demon powers.
Like, she's running away. She gets him onto the rooftop, and when he confronts her, he makes his big move. She pulls out a jujitsu move.
She just goes out of nowhere doing
stuff.
She
backpacks him, and she chokes him out at that point in time. She calls out to the Typhoon Demon because, you know...
Well, it started raining when they were going to leave. Yep. It started pouring, so they just stayed.
And the Typhoon Demon's apologizing for cutting in on her mission. Like, time for Typhoon Demon.
As soon as that apology happened, I was like, oh,
and
shoot.
We don't know she's the bomb devil yet. It's kind of like, oh my, yeah, no. We knew that she was...
We knew
she was trouble. We knew she was a demon of some kind. We didn't know that typhoons were afraid of her.
Yes.
And frankly, when it's revealed later on, because she asked Denji to take her to a festival, man, tell us about that horrible scene there.
I had high hopes. I gotta admit, throughout the beginning part, I was like, if she wanted to take Denji out, she had so much time. There was a whole pool scene with the two of them. There was time when they were just alone together. Any time at the cafe when she could have done it any time. She was patient as heck to get him secluded as heck.
But it was also kind of pointed out that she really was starting to second guess herself too.
She was, and that's one of the reasons that she probably waited. Either way, like, I was so upset. I wasn't that upset, but I was so upset. So she takes me to the festival. They have a good time. Finally, she's like, oh, my boss said there's like this cliff that no one goes to watch the fireworks anymore. Yeah. Let's go up to this cliff and let's enjoy the fireworks together. And like, we saw the red flags, we did, but Denji's too like...
But Denji doesn't, because...
he's too pure and adorable.
Every female relationship that he has had so far throughout the series has just been a toxic woman trying to control him.
Or kill him.
Or kill him. Yes, control or kill, or both.
Both is not good, but...
Reze is both.
Reze is both.
Makima controls, power kills.
Yeah. So they go up, and sure enough, like, right as the fireworks start, in this, like, beautiful romantic-y moment, she leans in for a kiss.
And bites his tongue off.
And yeah, like, that was... I wasn't sure what exactly happened, but suddenly he was, like, bleeding. And I was like, I thought she stabbed him, and then...
No, they were making out, and she bit it off.
Yeah, no, that was...
Yeah. And at this point in time, things are looking bleak, and Denji looks like he's about to have the heart taken, because the gun devil, his whole mission is to try to get Denji's heart for some reason.
We still don't know why. I don't know if the manga people know why, but us anime watchers don't know why yet.
And it looks helpless. Then Beam rushes in out of nowhere because
boy Beam.
As a shark feed, he could swim through any surface.
It's so great watching
So he's been following the whole time, swims through the ground, scoops Denji up, chainsaw up, and the wild endgame begins to ensue.
Yeah.
This endgame has multiple fights.
Oh, yeah.
But the first one, Denji is able to retreat to a place where Aki is. It's the Division 2. They're the 4th division, the crazy division. The 2nd division only has normal people in it. Aki is training them and whatnot. The bomb demon shows up, and she just obliterates them. This is the fight
Crazy,
where she demonstrates her power and how great she is. And she starts battling the rest of them as they're driving away. So now it's Aki, Angel, Beam, and Denji trying to flee in a car. And she easily gets there. And the first big fight ensues. It goes back and forth. You see cameos from other members of Division 4. Do you want to give any of the highlights? Because Denji is down and defeated at one point in time, and they actually have to bring him back.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into the end of how it resolves, but we need to talk about some of it. What are your favorite fight scenes of this final battle, or your favorite moments?
I always love seeing the violence demon because he runs away a lot, and it just strikes me funny every time. So he'll be like, yeah, we're going to do this. It's like, oh, you're stronger than we thought. See you later. It's just funny. It's just funny to me.
But yet he doesn't actually run away. He goes into hiding to where he actually can play a role later on.
Yes. I mean, the whole fight from the beginning to where she actually reveals that she's the bomb demon all the way through the end is a whole whirlwind of just great anime fighting. You see Typhoon comes out and we actually see what Typhoon really looks like. What's kind of funny that it's kind of like a baby. Those of you who have toddlers, you guys know how much of a Typhoon a toddler can really be.
Yeah, no, right? Like
us with a 3-year-old.
It hit on so many levels with both the comedy and the horror of it.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh, absolutely. Beam coming in to save the day was great. Beam is best boy, and I need him in the actual series, and when the series comes back, please. Because, like, there was this moment where...
I hate to tell you this. It's probably going to be Power back, and Beam's going to go back to being a secondary character.
Why can't they be a team of 4? I'll take 4. Power can stay. I like Beam better than Power, but Power can stay.
Oh, we disagree there.
We're allowed to disagree. There's this point where Beam's trying to, like, pep talk Denji, and, like, how to use his chainsaws to, like, get in the fight.
Oh, yeah.
And Denji just completely misinterprets it, and is like, I know what we're supposed to do. Turn into a shark. Beam turns into the shark, and Denji freaking gets on him. I lost my mind.
And use the chains from the chainsaw to basically harness so he can control the movements by using his power.
It was so funny.
This picture, we need
to get a print
we
of
need
it,
a poster.
like somewhere. Like someone needs to draw this. For those of you that see it,
Denji on the back of Beam as they're transformed in their forms. Oh my goodness! It's
like everyone in the theater laughed because it takes like a solid 5 seconds just like zoomed in on them with this like crazy wild background. It was so funny.
No, it's absolutely hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I loved it. If I didn't love Beam more than that one shot would have just like put me over the edge.
Denji on Beam taking on Typhoon.
It was beautiful.
When Bomb was distracted just for a little bit of moment. Oh my goodness.
It was so great.
Typhoon didn't stand a chance.
And what kind of like kaiju number 8 stuff do we got going on in this movie, by the way? Like, how are people living in a town where things get this colossal size? I want to know that too.
Yeah, because up to this point in time, though the fights with the demons have been like
small scale-ish.
Yeah, like plenty of gore and whatnot. They haven't taken much more than like a couple of city blocks.
Yeah.
This is
small.
This is like, well, I mean, it's...
I did air quotes for those that aren't watching.
I mean, Captain America versus Winter Soldier is going to take a couple of city blocks is my point.
I mean, yes.
This felt a lot more like a kaiju fight, Godzilla, so on and so forth, than it felt like a superhero fight.
Yes.
So that's kind of what I'm trying to point out. So it's because we're talking about a full district of the city easily wiped out.
It was a crazy fight, and I loved it.
Yeah, no. And it all comes down to a point where the Typhoon is down, and most of the other ones, Beam is down and everything. And we get our final battle of Denji versus Reze, of Chainsaw versus Bomb. And the graphics are absolutely amazing.
Oh man, it was so crazy to try to follow.
And we're not going to tell you how it resolves, other than the fact that there are feelings there both ways.
There are.
But they're fighting for their lives and the city beneath them. It was very well blended and balanced. Overall, what you think, Han?
I mean, I loved it. To be honest, I really enjoyed it a lot. When you had first way back described this whole Chainsaw Man thing to me, I was like, that sounds terrible. Like, dude turns into chainsaws? What? Huh? Like, I didn't get it. And then finally you convinced me to watch it. The movie
it's so much cooler than
it's so much cooler than dude
than
turns
you
into
can
chainsaws.
describe it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like K-pop Demon Hunter.
Yes, definitely. The movie maintains what the series has going on, which sometimes doesn't happen. Sometimes the movies lack something or overdo something. This felt like it was, in a good way, just a continuation of what we'd already seen.
I think it stands alone well too, though.
Yeah, no. I didn't mean it didn't stand alone well. I just meant like everything that you like about the Chainsaw Man series, you see that in the movie.
Yeah, so I think the movie stands alone well, and I think it also continues the series well too.
Definitely.
Which a lot of anime movies don't do both.
Yeah.
They'll do one or the other. And frankly, I'm just going to, especially, we're talking about ones that are based off of series. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. Every anime movie that I've seen that's based off a series, this is number one. This is the best.
I have to agree with you on that.
I watched some anime movies back in the day, but I didn't really start watching anime movies until like the last year and a half or so.
Yeah.
So most of the time I just shrugged them off because I felt like the ones I had seen didn't add much to either experience. It wasn't that good of a movie.
Yeah.
And it didn't continue the series well. It's almost separate. But this one I felt did both exquisitely. And the soundtrack.
Oh, it was on point.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They knew what music to have to stir the proper emotion at the proper moment.
And you hear like so many different styles.
Yeah.
You got that nice soft,
so many different styles.
Piano music. You got that heavy metal towards the end.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely right. I didn't even think to mention the
excellent.
Score.
You know, the score was absolutely beautiful, and emotionally, it took you on the full journey.
Yeah.
You had the laughter, you had the sadness, you had the fear and trepidation. I'm not sure that I had anger, so I guess it wasn't the full journey.
Got betrayal though, pretty hard.
Yeah. But that felt more sad because, like, we know Denji's that type of character to where he's just our tragic hero. I don't want this Chainsaw Man to be a tragedy, but
I don't.
But the truth of the matter is, if it is, I'm okay with it because it would be poetic justice to an extent.
As long as the gun demon goes down with him, I guess. I don't know. That would be the only thing that would get me to agree with you.
Well, I mean, that has to happen, but I thought that it was an excellent movie. So once again, we dove into some of the history and the lore of the Chainsaw Man franchise and introduced you to how Denji came to be, how he met Makima, and the relationship that they have that is the definition of it's complicated. We met some of the other featured characters in this, including Angel Demon and our best boy, Beam.
Best boy.
And how their stories intertwined with Aki and violence and so on and so forth, and all the other great characters that we know and love from this series. Then we met some of the new characters and the threat that is presented by the Typhoon Demon and Bomb Demon, or Reze herself, and we went into some of the final battles that were just some of the absolutely most amazing in anime cinema. We hope you had as much fun exploring the world of Chainsaw Man Reze Arc as we did, and consider watching this movie. Bye. So if you like what you heard today, make sure you listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you stream your podcast. Listen to all of our J-Mill for Real podcasts, and hit us up on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. Once again, this was Exploring Anime with Friends. Let's explore together. And now for a word from our sponsors. Bin Buster. Live from YouTube, it's Tuesday night, the call sign of the Bin Buster YouTube channel. Once you hear this, you know you're about to embark on a journey through pop culture, movies, comics, and more. Buckle up and enjoy the ride every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. EST. Poppin' Cinema with Joe Mama and friends. Showcasing the power of cinema, join Joe Mama as he introduces different friends each week to a movie they have not seen before, popping their cinematic cherry as they talk about the movie they just watched every Tuesday at midnight.